All right, guys. This is a busy weekend, busy Sunday. I don't think I'll be watching this live because it's Game of Thrones on Sunday, and that is more important to me than this pay-per-view. But this pay-per-view, of course, is a big, long one. I don't know how long it's going to be. There's 11 matches total. I'm sure one or two is a pre-show match, but it's going to be a long night. This, of course, is for Money in the Bank. And this might be a pre-show match because this wasn't in the initial lineup. This was on a separate thing on WWE.com. So, of course, we have the Usos challenging this newly crowned SmackDown champions of Erick Rowan and Daniel Bryan. I say this a lot, but it just doesn't happen anymore. Matches like this, you would think, deliver. They're going to deliver, and it seems like 60% of the time now, they just don't. But I'm crossing my fingers here. We get something good and competitive. I don't know. Daniel Bryan is back from his mystery injury from WrestleMania, and there was a lot of speculation behind that. So do I see this guy bumping like crazy or taking sick moves? Probably not. And the Usos have really been stepping up their game recently. They obviously have something to prove that they're the best. So you would think this is going to be a good match. I really hope it is because I'm tired of watching this product and being disappointed to shows and pay-per-views, especially when you know these people can wrestle a much better match than what they're producing for us. Like I said, Rowan and Daniels are just the newly crowned champions, and unless Daniel Bryan still has some mystery illness or injury, they're not swapping the belts here, plain and simple. It'll probably end in something weird, like a DQ, maybe, because if the Usos are losing, I don't think... Well, granted, a loss here is not really going to affect the Usos any. The Usos are the Usos. They are the top tag team. Aren't they on Raw? What are they doing on a SmackDown? Is this a SmackDown pay-per-view? I don't know. But anyways, it's not going to happen. The titles aren't changing hands. If they do, this will be a total shocker. So Daniel Bryan and Erick Rowan are going to retain. Next match on the card is the Cruiserweight Champion Eric Nese versus Natalya Neidhart. I did not pick Nese to win at WrestleMania. It was kind of a shock to me. I thought Buddy Murphy was the new heir apparent to the throne of 205 Live. But Eric Nese is a deserving wrestler with a great look. And he shockingly won the title. That was one of the many belts that swapped hands at WrestleMania. I don't know that this is his first title defense because I don't watch 205 Live. It's a show of cruiserweights that don't do cruiserweight things, so it doesn't hold my attention. So I don't know if this is his first title defense, but if this is, of course, it's versus Daivari, who is also a very talented wrestler. But I wouldn't think he would lose his belt so soon after his victory at WrestleMania, especially to Daivari, because it would just be belt hopping, really. There's not really much else to say. I'm just going to pick it. Tony Nese is to retain. Next match on the card, it's SmackDown United States Champion Samoa Joe facing Rey Mysterio Jr. in a WrestleMania rematch where Rey wants to avenge his whatever it was, minute loss. Again, this should be a great match. That's what everybody's expecting. I don't know how it's going to go down. Joe has had the belt for a little bit now, but he certainly deserves a lengthy title reign. And they said when they brought Rey back, it was to strictly enhance talent. It doesn't mean he was going to be a 100% jobber or anything like that, because they want kids to buy his merchandise. It would be a feel-good moment if Rey won here, but it wouldn't make me feel good because Samoa Joe deserves more than what he's been getting. Like I said, this should be a good match. I would be shocked if Dominic didn't somehow get involved or come down to the ring, because they just love to seem to be putting him on TV all of a sudden, which I think is kind of dumb, because if he's going to take up the Mysterio moniker one day, I mean, his face is all over TV. This is supposed to be a kid who trains for wrestling, and he still looks like a kid, and he's like, what, 19 years old? I guess he's technically still a kid, but still, I mean, it's killing the allure of the future Rey Mysterio, not Rey Mysterio, but Mysterio, to have him on TV. But he is signed to a Performance Center contract, so I guess they're getting their money's worth out of him. But anyway, that was too much rambling about his son. In my eyes, nothing should happen here other than Samoa Joe winning again, unless this is supposed to be a long, drawn-out feud, which technically could very well happen. So, but that would mean Rey would have to win or lose by DQ and keep the feud going. So, I'm just going to play it safe and so say Samoa Joe over Rey Mysterio Jr. Next up on the card is the men's ladder in the bank match with Andrade, Ricochet, there you go, Galloway, Balor, God, why am I having such a brain fart? Zayn, there we go, Corbin, Ali, and Orton. With all this talent, remember when Money in the Bank matches, every single one of them for the first 5-6 years they had them stole the show? Well, in the last few years, these things have not been the spectacular that they once were in my eyes, and that's another fault to the WWE. But I mean, I'm sure we're going to see some ridiculous sick spot out of Ricochet. Randy Orton's just there to fill a spot. Who's going to come out on top here? It would be great to see Ricochet win. It would be great to see Andrade win. I still really am behind Drew Galloway. I don't know why Vince hasn't strapped a rocket onto that guy. I guess it's because he picked him years ago to be the guy, the number one guy, but he was still pretty green to the business, and he just never took off. Drew Galloway is not that Drew Galloway anymore. He's a great effing wrestler, and really, the first three guys I would love to see advance. I like Sami Zayn too, but I just hate this new character. It drives me nuts. He's just Vince's talk box. That's all it is, and it was funny the first time. It's annoying 3 weeks later. But gosh, out of those three that I mentioned, I would love to see Drew Galloway win. He would benefit the most from it. Baron Corbin is just getting a ridiculous push, even though he gets no benefits out of it. But he's been pushed hard for, 2 years now? So he doesn't need it. Drew Galloway, they need to make some new stars. Randy Orton does not need another title run, I can tell you that. But like I said, the first three guys there, Andrade, Ricochet, or Galloway, would be a nice win. But I'm going to pick Galloway. Next up on the card is the women's Money in the Bank match with Amber Moon, Mandy Rose. Oh, God, why am I? Dana Brooks, Nikki Cross, Bayley, Natalya, Naomi, and Carmella. I still have my soft spot for Nikki Cross, even though what is she now? Just a normal girl? What did I see that on Raw? I binge watched all of Raw and SmackDown in the past 2 days because I don't watch live anymore. But what was the last 2 episodes? Nikki Cross was just like some normal chick. They've already ruined her character. And that's what I was in love with, was her character. Amber Moon, I loved her in NXT, but she's just not doing it for me on the main roster. Who would I like to see here go on to get the belt? Still have a soft spot for Natalya. I don't know. Carmella, I don't like her current character. I did like her as the heel. Mandy Rose would be a nice win. Nikki Cross. I don't know. I think because there's too many options here, and I don't want to keep rambling, but I think my personal pick that I'd like to see would be Mandy Rose. Next up on the card of one of the big moments of the night for Becky Lynch. Becky 2 belts. Champ. She's defending the Raw Women's belt against newcomer Lacey Evans, who seems to be getting the proverbial rocket strap to her back right now. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. In NXT, she was a joke. She was a jobber. And right now she's a couple matches in, and she's already fighting for the women's title. So it's quite a step up from what she was. I mean, my channel is littered with videos of Lacey Evans, and she hardly ever won. I don't think Becky Lynch, even though I do like this run, and it would be a shame that she loses a belt already, I don't see her walking out with both titles. Are they going to really let Flair win another belt, especially so soon since our last run? It would just be annoying and obnoxious. Are they going to give a belt so soon to Lacey Evans, which I don't know. Like I said, is she ready for? She's being booked pretty good right now, but I don't know. Like I said, hard to say. I think, if anything, Becky would stay on Raw. So I wouldn't think she would lose to Lacey Evans. But like I said, are they really going to give the belt to Flair again? Hard to say. So here I'm just going to say she defeats... No, well, I wouldn't be shocked if Flair gets involved here. I don't know. I'm going to say she defeats Lacey Evans. I mean, next up on the card, this should be good. It should have some moments anyway. I don't know if it'll be good. Shane just doesn't impress me with his wrestling anymore, man. And I've said it before. This guy trains for MMA, and he throws some of the worst punches in the business. This is another WrestleMania rematch match. A revenge match, rubber match, whatever you want to call it. Miz lost on the grandest stage of all at WrestleMania, which really was a crappy moment. So I don't see him losing here again in their follow-up match. So I'm just going to say it, Miz over McMahon. Next up on the card, we got SmackDown World Champion Kofi Kingston versus Kevin Owens. This could be a very, very good match. It should be. It's what we're expecting. I don't know anymore what we're going to get, to tell you the truth. I don't think this is the end of Kofi Kingston's title run. This is his long-time reward for sure for being such a loyal and good soldier for the WWE. At some point, I do feel that Kevin Owens will defeat him, but I don't think it'll happen tonight. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Or not tonight, tomorrow. And I'm just going to say Kofi Kingston retains over Kevin Owens. This should be a barn burner for sure. Like I said, don't know what we're gonna get, and it would really piss me off if it doesn't deliver. But I mean, AJ's match at Mania didn't deliver either, but I don't think that's their fault. It's just the company booking. But it should be plain and simple here. Seth Rollins is not going to lose the belt. He just got it. AJ Styles he didn't relinquish. He lost the belt, but it was due to burnout, and that wasn't even that long ago. So I mean, this is a feud that's likely going to last for a while. It's not going to hurt AJ one bit if he loses here, and I don't think they're giving Rollins a 1 month. It's been a little bit over a month, but they're not going to give him such a tiny ass reign. It's not going to happen. So AJ Styles will lose to Seth Rollins, and Rollins will retain. Definitely a filler match, I feel. Elias is pushed, but it's not a great push. I wouldn't want to be in that position. But he's in a better position than he was in NXT. I mean, he's another guy that was in NXT that was just a jobber guy, and he certainly wasn't over with the fans. And he's going up against Roman Reigns here, of course. Raw, Superman, or whatever show he's on now. It doesn't matter really with this stupid wild card rule. We all know how this is going to end. Roman Reigns over Elias. And this looks to be the main event of the pay-per-view. This is Becky Lynch's Chris Jericho moment. Well, it's not her Chris Jericho moment because she's got the belts already. But does she have both the belts at this point of the evening will be the question. Of course, this is Becky defending the SmackDown Women's title against challenger Charlotte Flair, one of her many multiple title opportunities she's garnered. I'm sure they're going to play it up here how she's going to be weakened and battered from her match with Lacey Evans, and it's probably going to be a match where Charlotte Flair's in control, like 75% of the match, and either Becky's going to pull out a last minute, come from behind victory, or, Charlotte is going to win here. And I think that is probably, well, like I said, it's so hard. I mean, what is it going to make? What will this make if Charlotte wins here? I mean, what is she now? Going to be a 9-time champion? But like I said, I just don't think Becky's been booked a little bit differently since she's gotten these belts. She's been, even before WrestleMania, well, a little bit. You can tell they're not booking her as hardcore as she was as the man, but she's still the man. So, I don't think she's losing favor, but I think they're booking her to a point to where she's losing a little bit of her steam and her spark. And like I said, I would be shocked if she walks out with both the belts. But like I said, Charlotte does not need another title run right now. And I'm not going to get back into it with Lacey Evans, but I'm going to predict that she wins the SmackDown title here just because I don't think Becky's walking out with both belts, even though I think she should. So that's it for now, guys. That is my Money in the Bank predictions match. Like I said, I don't know if I'll be doing a live reactions video because I'll be watching Game of Thrones, and then I'll be watching this. I guess I could do it afterwards, but it's not going to be, posted right, 30 minutes after the pay-per-view. So it will be out a little bit late. I'm probably going to get some beer and order pizza because I know Game of Thrones is going to piss me off royally with the ending from what I've been seeing on YouTube with the leaks. But anyways, that's it for now. Hit like, leave a comment, tell me what you think. Who are you looking forward to seeing? Who do you want to see win? All that good stuff. Hit that notification button for future notification videos. And that'll be it for now, guys. I will catch you in the next one.